My dearest learners and my dear friends, one of the greatest distinguished writers of all times, Gregory Burns once said, a person can have the greatest idea in the world, but if that person can't present well, it doesn't matter. My dear friends, isn't it so true? Ever since the world became virtual, we all are enjoying virtual presentations, virtual meetings, and reviews with our team members. Now, it is therefore extremely essential to make sure that these virtual meetings are lively, interesting, and impactful. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ashish Singh, and I welcome you to a very interesting course today on quick tips to make effective virtual presentations. How can you engage people impactfully and create desired outcomes with impact and clarity? You and I will discuss all of that together. Friends, as I speak to various people all over the world today, I asked them a question: what is your biggest challenge while presenting virtually? And over the period of time, I have seen two common challenges that they have shared with me. One is the fact that sometimes we feel a little scared when we are facing the camera, we are unable to give our very best. I said, okay. And the second challenge is we don't know how to make it interesting, how to engage audience very effectively. In a live presentation, I can talk to them, I can give them a high five, I can smile, I can move, but how do I engage my audience when I'm speaking virtually? You know what? If that is your challenge, you and I will find solutions to those challenges today, right now. We're going to talk about two key important aspects of virtual presentations. One, we'll talk about how to become fearless and conquer the virtual stage. And second, ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk about how do you engage with your audience when you're conducting a virtual presentation, right? So if you're excited to have this amazing workshop with me, please give me a thumbs up and say, let's go. I know you said that, let's go. Okay, here's something interesting. My career of teaching people for the last 20 years, I have always believed in one thought process. And that one thought process is this: that stage time is a gift. Stage time is a gift. When you're on the stage, on a virtual stage or on a in-person meeting with your team members, it's a gift. Somebody has given you a gift to stand there so that you can talk and inspire them. Therefore, the gift has to be looked after really well. Therefore, there has to be complete respect for the gift when people give it to you. So here is my thought process. When you speak to people virtually, when you speak to people in person, the thought process that you and I need to have is this: what is that one key thing, or what are those few key things my audiences expect when I get on the stage? All right. And you know what? Globally, there are three important expectations from every audience. The first is the audience expects to be informed. They would like to know what you have for them, and they would like to be able to use that information effectively as a result of your virtual presentation. So for example, you're giving them a presentation on using a mobile application. All right. By the end of the presentation, they should have become expert in using that mobile application. So they want to be informed with impact. Second, what they really want is they want it to be an immersive experience, exciting experience, right? You really want to have fun with your audience, isn't it? They should be feeling lively and captivated rather than, losing out on lower energy, right? Third very important point is they should feel motivated and excited after they have had a chance to see you in the event, because they really would like to work on the area that you focused. So audience wants to be informed, immersed, and inspired. Always remember the three I's of the audience expectations. Now, keeping this in mind, how do you get camera friendly and inspire your audience? I'm going to give you 6 P's on how one can be effectively camera friendly. The first P comes with a very interesting quote. The quote says, be the reason someone smiles today. You got to, the first thing that you got to do is please make sure you're pleasant when you're speaking with people on the camera. Listen, if you're pleasant, you have a smile, you feel much relaxed, you don't feel nervous, you feel like, wow, I'm rocking on the stage today. Therefore, choose to be happy and smiling. All right, that's the first key thing you got to keep in mind before you turn the camera on for your next virtual presentation. You know what? When you're happy and smiling, your audience also builds a very good rapport with you. Everyone likes to be speaking with people who are happy and smiling. So I'm sure you're going to be pleasant when you speak to people next time. My second important request is passion. You're really making people feel energized. And I'm a believer of the fact that your audience is your mirror. The kind of energy you feel, they feel the same energy. If you want your audience to be happy, you got to be happy yourself. So please make sure, choose to be a little energetic when you're speaking with people. My third P comes with a question. Actually, a lot of people ask me this question that, you know what, when I face the camera, I feel a little disturbed. I feel a little nervous, what do we do? I ask them this question: what makes you happy? What is your favorite thing that makes you happy? Your favorite, people who make you happy? And a lot of people told me that their family makes me happy. Great. Do me a favor. Can you please put a picture of your family right behind that screen or right behind that camera, so that the you're seeing your family picture, you feel very relaxed and happy. And somebody said, yeah, I like my family, but I also like motorcycle. I like, good. Put a picture of your motorcycle right there as well. You feel very excited and joyful when you see the picture of something that you love doing or somebody that you love a lot. So here's my third P: personalize. Put a picture of something that makes you relaxed, excited, and happy. All right. My fourth P has a lot to do with your standing posture or sitting posture. And therefore, it is about posture. What is the right posture that you must have when you're speaking to people virtually? If you ask me, I personally love standing. So I'm standing right now because that's my best posture. I'm conducting a short course for you, and I would like to give my 100% to you. So I really have to be at the right energy, and posture is directly proportional to the energy that it creates. So if I really want to have good energy, I must have a right posture, right? If I'm limping or standing in a very relaxed posture, I would not have that kind of an energy. And that energy is much needed, right? So it's very important for all of us to make sure we have the best posture. So choose to stand, or if you're sitting, usually choose to sit upright rather than leaning forward or leaning back, or putting your hand on your head down. That's not acceptable, because that eventually would not help you give a very effective presentation. Now, here's my next P. The next P comes from a very interesting quote, and the quote goes as: failing to plan is planning to fail. Absolutely. One of my mentors, Brian Tracy, says that failing to plan is planning to fail. If I don't make an effective, structured plan for my presentation, I am definitely going to fail in the presentation. So it's very, very important for you to make sure that you focus on the fifth P, which is preparation. All right. Prepare and write down the structure of your meeting and how you would like to conduct that meeting that very day. All right. How many of you ready for that? If you're ready for that, give me a thumbs up. Good job. I'm very proud of you. And here's my last P. My last P says practice. There is no substitute to practice. There is no substitute to hard work. There is no substitute to doing your very best. So if you really have to do your very best, practice supports you. Practice prepares for perfection. Practice prepares for perfection. If you really want to be perfect, make sure you have done a little practice before you go live on the camera. Do me a favor. Let's say you have a 20-minute presentation, okay? If not the whole presentation because of challenges with the time that you may have, at least practice the first 10 minutes of it very effectively, and make sure you have notes ready throughout. Okay. So then when you go live, you'll be much more impactful. You should know what you're going to be talking about. You should have practiced, got some strength there. And if possible, memorize the first 1 minute of what you have to say, because a lot of nervousness happens during the first few minutes of the presentation. So when you memorize that, you feel pretty good. And then you connect with the audience. We're going to talk about that in the next part of our session today. So let's revise the 6 P's, ladies and gentlemen. The first is be pleasant, be happy. 2, be passionate. Personalize what you have to say. Please make sure you have a picture of something right exactly in front of yourself so that you can see that picture and feel relaxed. Have the right posture, prepare really well. And the last but not the least is practice, because practice prepares for perfection. Now, I'm sure you're going to try all of these 6 P's in your very next presentation. Now, the second important part you and I will learn today is how do we engage audience when we're speaking to people in a virtual platform. I'm a firm believer of the fact that audience engagement is directly proportional to your presentation success. Yes, if your audience is not engaged, if they're not looking at you, they're not listening to you, they're not making notes when you're speaking, and if they're not really taking interest in what you're saying, the presentation isn't going to achieve its purpose. Therefore, it's very important for you to make sure that the audience is engaged throughout, from the start till the end of the presentation. Now, how many of you would like to learn ideas to engage your audience impactfully? If your answer is yes, please give me a thumbs up right now. All right, proud of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm going to give you 8 ideas to engage your audience effectively. Here's the first one. You see, in an in-person meeting, you can get someone's attention by asking them, hey, couple, can I request you to tell me, or can you please be a part of this discussion? Hey, Anirudh, would you like to share that with me? You can see you have visibility. But the challenge in a virtual setup is you don't have a lot of visibility. Therefore, there is a possibility a lot of people are multitasking or doing a lot when they get on the meeting with you. Here's my first submission. Demand undivided attention. Tell them, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining the meeting. I hope you all are doing great. Very nice to see you, Anirudh. Hi, Kapil. Hi, Jyoti. Hello, Suresh. Wonderful to see you, Prasad. Good, good, good. Welcome, everyone. Friends, in this short meeting, we're going to have something very important. And this conversation is going to go for 15 minutes. So I would like to request all of you to give undivided attention to this meeting for the next 15 minutes. And then they are aware of it that, you know what, they have to really make sure they focus on the meeting impactfully. Now, here's my second important point. Now, the second important point is a lot to do with engaging people not at the start of the meeting, but throughout. One of the most important thought processes that really supports people in making impactful presentation is this: they understand the basic norm or the basic guideline of communication. You know, the basic guideline says communication is a two-way process. Information is a one-way process. Communication is a two-way process. Information is a one-way process. Information is what happens when we're listen to a video, right? Information is what happens when you're watching a TV. You can't interact. Therefore, what is really important is communication, presentation has to be interactive. Ask a question, all right? Take a poll, run some quizzes so that they pretty much feel great about that. You know what? So probably let's say you're making a point, tell people. So this is going to really be the future of the way we bank today. Now, how many of you are excited to use these strategies? If you're excited, just give me a thumbs up and they will give you a thumbs up. That means they're responding to you. That means they're actively participating in your discussion with them. So it's very important for you to make sure that you have questions there. Now, include videos and certain interesting aspects in your presentation, because when you're speaking with people, you're doing a very good job, but sometimes it gets monotonous for people. They would like to see a change of face. They want to see somebody else. Just bring a little video there, for 5 minutes or maybe a couple of minutes, and tell them, hey, now to explain to you how this application works, I'm going to show you a quick 2-minute video. Everyone, after you watch the video, tell me how did you find it. Here's a video. Show the video. And in the video, you have details there. And then ask them a question again. So did you find the video interesting? Do you find the application useful? All right. Do you think we can use that? Good job. Again, ask some questions back. They will interact with you. You will interact with them. You can interact with them on a chat box. Let's say you use virtual platforms like Zoom or Microsoft Teams. There is a chat box. Okay, simply tell them, if you're liking the concept, just say yes, enter. They will say yes and enter. All right. By the way, if you're liking this workshop, say yes, enter. All right, good. So include something in the broadcast, and that really makes them feel really happy, and again, engage with them. Now, you will see your audience members are very intelligent. Like all of us are very intelligent. We all are resourceful also, and they will contribute some good ideas and good points. Okay. Here is what we need to do when you hear a good idea. When you hear a good idea, please ensure you appreciate someone for the good idea. Let's say in your presentation, Raj has a very important point. Raj says, and you know what? I believe, sir, that it is not just here. We can use this in our daily practice as well. This is a very interesting tool. Wow, Raj, I like your idea. Ladies and gentlemen, Raj has a very interesting point. We can really use this application, not just in our daily work, but we can use it on our, the way we lead our lives as well. Thank you so much, Raj. Everyone, let's give a big hand to Raj. Now, when you give a big round of applause to Raj there, and you all can see everyone giving a hand to everyone, to Raj here, Raj feels very encouraged, motivated, and important. And at the same time, when your audience is giving a round of applause, they also feel engaged and they're clapping, they feel energized too. So it's a great strategy to appreciate your audience for their value add that they bring on the screen. Okay, now here's the next one. Like I said, information is one-way process, communication is two-way process. Sometimes include your audience in the broadcast. Ask them to share their thought process. So when you have explained certain things, then you go individual wise, and maybe you can select, let's say out of 20 people in your meeting, speak to any 3 and ask them. So Aisha, thank you very much for being a part of this great meeting. Tell me, Aisha, how do you think we can use this? Aisha has a point to share. Or Aisha, any question you have for me? She has something to share or ask. Include them in the broadcast. Next very important point is sometimes keep it lively, keep it nice, and share a little joke as well. All right. Bring a very interesting management joke as a part of your discussion sometimes and bring it up. So let me share one quick joke. So once there was a guy who loves parrots. So he goes to a parrot store and he speaks to the shopkeeper and says, "Sir, I'm loving your parrots. Tell me something more about your parrots. Tell me about this white parrot." "Oh, sir, the white parrot is very beautiful. The white parrot, 50,000 rupees. 50,000 rupees, so expensive. Well, what does it do?" "Well, the white parrot knows how to operate computers." "Computers? That's why he's expensive. Yeah. Oh, wow. Now he checks out the second parrot. The second parrot was a green parrot, beautiful looking green parrot, long, nice wings, looks fantastic. So the guy says, and how about the green parrot? Oh, so the green parrot for the more expensive but good parrot, 1 lakh rupees. 1 lakh rupees? Well, that's too much money. But you know what, sir? This green parrot can operate both computers and machines. That's why it's so expensive. I see, says the boy. Then he checks out a beautiful looking red parrot, shiny red parrot, outstanding red parrot. And the red parrot had a beautiful line of white around the neck, looked gorgeous. Now, the red parrot was placed differently. He was positioned in the shop differently. It had a lot of stuff to eat and drink right there. So he says, and how about the red parrot? Asked the boy. Oh, so the red parrot is extremely expensive. 5 lakh rupees. 5 lakh rupees? Why so expensive? And then he whispers in his ears and says, honestly, sir, I have never seen the red parrot do anything, but these two parrots address him as their boss. Very expensive. And my dear friends, the learning, then build up the learning from the joke. The learning is, friends, as we are using this application now, I want you all to please make sure that you yourself be an ambassador, use it every single day. I want you to please make sure that you broadcast this message to people and share with them the benefits of this application rather than just not doing it and sitting like that parrot. And you can build up some learning around it and keep it light and nice as well. The audience will also enjoy. You will also enjoy. Sharing a good joke is a good idea. All right. Now, friends, here is my next strategy. How can you further engage your audience? Now, you see, in your audience list, you will see a lot of names of people. You'll see right there on the if you click on the participant list, you will see Anirudh, Atul, Jyoti, you will see William, Christopher, Robert, Prasad. Would it be a good idea to blend their names? Absolutely, it is. So start speaking like this. And you know what, Raj? The next insight that I'm going to share with you will add a lot of value for us, especially for John's team. We've had a lot of situations like this, but the moment, John, you will start working on this application, you're going to find it very useful. And let me also tell you, Michael, this has been the latest innovation we've ever done. So it is a great stuff that we all will have a feel of today as we discuss things together. So blend their names in your overall conversation, in your overall pitch. When you use their name in the pitch, they pretty much feel engaged because, oh wow, my name is being called. So I feel very happy and I feel valued as well. So the audience feels great when you blend names. And last, eighth point is share a story of something really well done. Bring that story about that application, bring that story about that topic, and you can research a little bit and share that story with people as well. And they will further feel very engaged. Okay. Now let's revise all the 8 key ideas you and I have learned on how to conduct effective presentations virtually. Well, here are the 8 ideas to engage people. First is demand undivided attention. Second, ask a question, take quizzes, ask for polls, include videos in your presentation. Appreciate the audience when they give you a good answer. Include them in the broadcast. Share a joke to keep it light and nice, and blend their names so that they are a part of the whole story. And the last is bring a nice story to entertain them. And further, it's going to be very captivating for all the audience members to inspire them as well. Now, we learned today something very useful. Ladies and gentlemen, we learned 6 important ideas on how to deliver effective presentations remotely, virtually, and how to conquer the stage. 6 ideas. We also learned 8 amazing tools on how to engage your audience virtually. I am absolutely sure you found them very useful. I'm sure you would be using this in the next presentation, and I'm sure you will have a much more engaged audience and massively successful presentation in times to come. If you would like to further connect with me, you can find me on LinkedIn. Simply go to LinkedIn and type Ashish Singh Star Consulting. You'll find me right there. Be a part of my family, ask a question, seek an advice, and I'll be very happy to help you today and forever. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you very much for being a part of this wonderful program. Wish you happy holidays. Wish you a fantastic Diwali. May God bless you all. Have a lovely time ahead. Thank you so much for joining today.